Good morning. It's Amy with Paper Moon Journals. I got some different arm covers that don't absorb the inking from inking the journals. I wear the other ones for inking journals. There's the coolest charm on the front of this journal. Let me see if I can get it to you. It's got little faux gems inside the treasure chest. One of my friends, and she started out as a customer, and then we befriended each other on social media. She's been really dear to my heart. And also picked up the Schoolhouse Journal as a retired school teacher and said she just had to get this one. It was in 3 other carts. Boy, I never hear things like this. I would not know. If things don't sell, it could be sitting in carts, not, and I would just never know. I would think, oh, it's not very popular, especially if people didn't favorite it. If I just see a couple favorites or nobody's favorited it or things like that, I just think, oh, not very popular. This one sold before I could even post this video, again, to my friend. And I think part of that is because she's bought enough of my journals that she doesn't wait for the full flip through. Like if she sees it, she likes it, she just goes ahead and gets it. She doesn't wait for the YouTube. So that is such a blessing to me. Everybody who's been buying from my shop, whether you're just buying digitals, if you're watching my videos and commenting, God bless you. God bless you all. Times are tough right now for everybody, and this papercraft hobby can be such a blessing. It's really, I'm getting choked up. It's really meant the world to me when people buy from my shop. It means so much. Every time I see that somebody has spent their hard-earned money on something that I've made, I get really choked up and excited, run in, share it with the family after I've boxed it up and decorated the box. Um, this is my final flip through, so you can see, and there's some extra distressing there added when I added the sentiment. This is using 2 different kits, well, more than 2, but the main kits are by Miles Beyond the Moon. I used their Adrift kit, which I didn't realize I had. And then it didn't come with as much stuff as the Starboard kit did that I'd recently finished. And also, thank you, sold quite quickly. Again, if people have bought from me before, then sometimes they just don't hesitate if they see something they like. So this one has lots of glitter. The Schoolhouse one did not. If somebody wanted the Schoolhouse journal, that's something I might take a special request for. And then I've had 2 people request, what was it? I forgot what it was called. Dollhouse Delights was the name of the digital kit by Pixie Dust Files. Dollhouse Journal, I've had 2 people recommend I repeat that. So I've printed that out and started that. It comes out different every time. It's too stressful to go back and watch the video and try to recreate the same things, because a lot of times I'll have leftover bits and bobs from other projects that just seem to go perfectly, or in my ready-made stash from when I'm not feeling great and I just sit and make ephemera. That's kind of mostly vintage document, faux ephemera. And if you haven't watched my channel before, this can be really therapeutic. Is I print out the ephemera, I cut it out, I then glue it onto backing sheets. Sometimes it's faded wallpaper, vintage documents, tea-stained looking paper. This time I printed out some sheets that looked like ocean water to back some of the stuff with. If there's really nice kit pages that are patterny, I guess you'd say, then I might use those to back some of the ephemera on. I love adding glitter when the theme seems to fit it. Sometimes it just doesn't feel right. Often I add tons and tons of lace. So the other version of this that I did was really lacy and embellished that way, but I think didn't have as many pages. So this one had more pages, and then it doesn't allow room for the lace. Or it just gets way too fat. So yeah, this is the journal that I made. Oh, and then I also used Sea Glass, all 3 kits by Miles Beyond the Moon. That's the one that has the cute little fishes and stuff like that. And then I used these bronze colored charms that are all ocean themed. Some of them have enameling on them or coloring on them. They're really pretty, and that was the last of them. So when I sell a journal, thank you, thank you, thank you, it allows me to buy more supplies so I can keep making more. Like, if it wasn't for you guys, buying digitals, purchasing things for my shop, those who are able, um, again, I understand times are tough for everybody. I sure appreciate it because I use a laser printer to print the pages so that they are color fast. That cover is color fast. If your soda splashes onto it, a couple drops, or it gets in a little mist, your cover should not wash off. Anything is prone to wear and tear or rubbing, like rubbing off, with it with over time. Um, but the laser printer is also, is resistant to that. The things I print onto card, I use the inkjet. So those, if you spilt your drink on, or if you spilled water on some of the ephemera, then that might run. But it would just be the piece or two that was involved, if you will. It wouldn't be pages inside your project. So I spend extra money for special paper. I buy 24-pound color print paper and then print it on a laser printer for all the pages, the fussy cuts, things like that. And then the cardstock, the LaserJet did not like at all. So I have an Epson EcoTank printer that I use to print on that. And then that, it has a sponge, I guess, that takes any excess ink as you're using it. And so my last one, we bought the kit to replace that part. It would never acknowledge it was replaced. We had to replace one of my printers recently. I have to buy toner. It's like $65 every few journals. I spend about $10 on charms per journal. It's about 10, 10, 10, 10. The boxes, I buy special shipping boxes to ship them in. The eyelets, the lace, just keeping an inventory of all the supplies. There is no way I could do that or make things with all of the beautiful extras and things as I do now if it weren't for my beautiful customers. Again, God bless you all, whether you can buy from the shop or not. I sure appreciate it. If you want something from the shop and money's tight, I do know that Etsy does allow you to break it into payments depending on the price. And I have an abandoned cart coupon, so if you leave it sitting in your cart, you'll get a reminder, maybe telling you if it's in other people's cart as well. I did just sell the French Coquette journal this morning. That was good. That was something I was so proud of. It felt really different for me. That it was about, there were no people in it. There were no fuzzy cuts. There were no fairies. There were no little sailor girls. Um, or sailor boys. So yeah, so that was pretty cool. I'm going to go ahead and put on some music to the end. I hope you found this inspiring, really enjoyed it. I think we're getting a pretty decent glue of the glitter that was on here. If this is a project that you liked and might be interested in something similar, um, then that would be great. I could just use the same kits and work on making something similar. I don't go back and rewatch the video though. So if there's like something in there aside from like cohesive charms or the same cover, things like that that was really important to you, then make sure you let me know. Like, I'll probably remember that I used because I love that envelope that comes with the kit. So I printed one out for each signature and then use it as a flip out and then pack it full of ephemera. You might not get music. Another way you can use these journals, you can use them to write in, to keep positive sentiments in, to use as a diary, a journal, to keep passwords, like a name and address book. I know the United States Postal Service keeps changing and losing my address book over the years. I thought that was the best place to keep it. Turns out it's not, because I like to send packages to family and then need their address, and then thought, well, I'll just save it there. That's the perfect place. It wasn't. But yeah, so I really had a lot of fun collage tags and using the different things that came in the kit, the charms, selling the recent journals. I was able to replenish my stock of nautical charms, so I'm not out anymore, and a few of the others. My charm supply is really running low, and then this last order, I ordered more shipping boxes, packing materials, shipping tape, things like that. So It really does kind of add up because the price includes the shipping and all of the things that I do to include it, the eyelets, the tools to use it, and those tools don't last forever. My tag top punch finally bit the dust. I had to replace that. I think it lasted 3 years though, and I have to say I use that thing a lot. I probably abuse it because I use it on doubled over paper, extra thick paper, things like that. My corner rounder, I go through at least one of those a year. My supply of paper flowers, flat backs, things like that. The eyelets, I go through quite a few of those. Giant spools of my favorite ribbon for the bows, for the tags. The reason why it's my favorite for the tags, that and what's it called? Binding tape, the ribbon binding tape. I buy that by the spool, is because it's a little bit flatter. It lays a little bit flatter inside the journal. Sometimes I'll use the silk ribbon for the bows, but only if I'm doing less bows. I am working on a mermaid journal right now, so if you're into mermaids, keep an eye on my shop. I think some people might have alerts on my shop, which is so flattering. Thank you, thank you. Like, oh my gosh, I put my heart and soul into each and every one of these, especially now that, I have a lot of health challenges. This really brings glory to my day making these. And again, I literally often tears come to my eyes, tears of joy when there's a sale in my shop. There was this morning. There might be more tears today again when I get to share with my family once they're up. I'm up crazy early. Um, I've become a morning person. Watch what you wish for. If you've ever been envious of morning people, be warned. Don't be. It's not that bad, but I mean, it was never a wish of mine. I would love to go back to sleep after I wake up early, and not get up and be a morning person. But it's been very productive. I've also wanted to be person more of routine. I could never stick to any kind of a routine. Well, I am uh, obsessive compulsive about my routine now. I mean, I get emotionally distraught if if my routine is disturbed. A lot of that has to do with my health. That I've worked really hard to maintain my health at the current level. Knock on wood, and with a lot of prayer and love from everybody. Um, Through my diet, that is takes constant vigilance. I have bariatric hypoglycemia is one of the things I have going on that complicates everything. And because I have a gastric band, something most people haven't heard of, my stomach's shaped like an hourglass. So I can't eat very much at any time. And therefore, to keep my hypoglycemia fed, I need to eat pretty much nonstop. I can take maybe a 20-minute break to edit a video, and then that's it. I need to get back up to I'm actually down at my office. I need to get back up to the house and reheat my food. I work on my breakfast for half the day, reheating it. It's a giant bowl of eggs and ground beef with cheddar. And then, yeah, no sugar, no carb, not even fake sugar, because my body thinks fake sugar is real sugar. And it's reactive hypoglycemia is another word for it. So what it does is it overreacts to sugar with too much insulin, dropping my blood sugar too low, overreacting. And then, I feel yucky. We'll just leave it at that. Anybody else who has that, I'm sure you know. It was a surprise to me after 23 years with a gastric band, but there you go. Weight loss surgery comes with things unexpected. I love you all. Please have a wonderful day and God bless.